You think I should give it some more time? I think it's good.
Just at this point, it's the road. I gotta get rid of it anyway. I just don't like that sound. Yes, works perfect. Believing it's her. My baby head is in this. I gotta cut her head some off. And she gonna be like, "Why is my picture in this video?" Okay, this is what it looks like. So we are both in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, shoot. Here we go.
Cheers.
What's the name of the podcast again?
I don't know. We keep
Girl.
we just need to keep it something. Was it just let's talk, let's chat, let's talk, let's.
Oh, I can't remember. Because so long goes in between.
Yes.
Welcome to. Girl, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember. Well, whatever. We didn't even got
Ain't no podcast.
Yeah, we ain't even got no name. Let's chat.
Right. Let's
we
chat.
Just
let's
chatting.
talk. Yes.
Let's talk about just grown women things real quick.
So my name is Jasmine.
And I'm Candace.
So we were just sitting here. We were watching some other podcasts, and we were just vibing and talking and eating brunch and drinking some prosecco, mimosas. And some topics started coming up, and we just decided to start recording.
Yes.
Really.
So we have several podcasts.
Episodes.
Yeah,
we've sat and we've recorded thinking that we were going to start a podcast.
Uh-huh.
And it just never happened. We've never published anything.
My fault, because we talk a lot. So, right, like, we talk to you guys as if, like, we're just chit-chatting.
Yeah.
So we kind of get lost in the sauce, and we start, like, just veering off of the topic. And we're going to try to keep this under 30 minutes, so that way it's less for us to actually edit.
Yes.
So we're just going to jump straight into it.
Yes.
And like Jazz was saying, we were just watching a podcast, and just conversation it just started. And
that's normally how it is with us.
Yeah.
We were just doing something random, and the conversation just continued to flow. It's always really organic.
Yeah.
But this time we have a camera, and it's gonna be organic.
Yes. Yeah. Because life is lifing, and
Yeah.
it's lifing for everyone.
Yes.
And I think everyone wants to feel a certain type of love, understanding, and things like that, especially with everything going on in the world. So, I'm 35.
Oop! I thought you wasn't telling me. We're in our 30s.
Yes.
Mid-30s.
We are in our 30s, and we are both single.
Yes.
Like, we're both single.
Both single, both here living in England and the UK.
Yep.
Both in the military with really successful careers.
Yep.
Both have children, but both very much single. And why? Why are we single? That's what we're going to talk about today. Because why? We shouldn't be single. I feel like we're both a catch for somebody. Somebody should love us and care for us and cater to us. Why are we single? Why do you think you're single, Candace?
I'm single because my expectations are way too high for what's out here for me. Because, like you've already said, we're successful. So a lot of things in our life that we have checked off those boxes. And I think sometimes when I'm looking for, like, my partner, I'm expecting these things.
Yeah.
That I shouldn't have to ask you for. Like, I shouldn't have to be like, oh, we should have a conversation about this, because if I can do everything on my own, and I'm not talking about financially or whatever, I'm just talking about even, like, mentally. Things that I feel as though, because I do like the traditional type of living, you know what I mean? Like, I'll take care of the house, you take care of outside, but if I have to ask you to do stuff, I don't. You say one bad thing on the phone, I don't want it, because I don't need you. So
do you ever make it past the phone stage?
Girl, no.
So y'all be talking on the phone, and it'd be cool.
It'd be
and
something.
They say one thing, and you just are automatically turned off.
So the last person I was speaking to, great guy. But he kept adapting to the things that I wanted.
Oh, see, I hate that.
He started losing himself. And it's like, I don't want to be with somebody who can't, I don't want to say check me, but also let me know, like, you know what, Candace, I think you should think a different type of way, whatever.
Yeah.
You just was so fluid that everything that I desired, I wanted, I said.
You also wanted.
And it started to get like, oh, you remind me of, no, I don't. I'm Candace. Like, I'm somebody, they remind you of whomever they are.
you feel like you gave him like the blueprint to how to love you? Because that's a big thing for me. With the person that I was dating last, I will always tell her, like, I want you to do things the way that you want to do it. Right. I don't want to tell you how to do something. I don't want to tell you how to move. I want you to move exactly the way that's comfortable for you. And if that aligns with me, then it aligns with me. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. I don't want to give you the blueprint to how I want to be loved. You feel like you were giving him?
No, I wasn't. No. I think it was just small snippets of like conversations we have. Next conversation, all I know is like, oh. And I'm like, so then that deaded that. I'm like I need a man. Like, yeah. Ew. It gave me, you know, y'all say it definitely turned me off. And like I said, he was a good person, but he was just not my person. So for me, I find whatever it is that bothers me, I know it's going to bother me in the long run. So I'd rather just cut it off then.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
What about you?
You know, for a long time, I didn't know why I was still single. But I just recently went through, or I'm still going through, like a really tough breakup, you know? And so I started journaling. And that's when I started like learning little things about myself, like learning about different insecurities, the way that I react to certain things. Sometimes it could be a little bit immature at my big age, you know. But I think that's why. I think that this last relationship that I was in, I think that I'm single because of the way that I reacted in a lot of scenarios, because I wasn't verbalizing my insecurities because I didn't know that they were insecurities. Yeah. I didn't even know that I had these insecurities until now. So I would find myself being like anxious about a certain situation, or feeling like my heart beating a little bit fast, or my stomach being in knots about certain things, and not really realizing why, and then trying to like fake it, you know, like pretend like, girl, I do not care. I do not care that you are.
That is the worst.
You know, like I don't care that you're doing this. Like I'm cool. Do you, boo, you know? But meanwhile, I'm being eaten alive on the inside. Sick, down bad.
So do you feel like if you would have had like, you saying that you didn't know those were insecurities, right? But do you feel like if you would have communicated those things earlier as you were processing those things, your breakup would not be a breakup?
Absolutely. If I had said, hey, what you just did, it made me feel a way. I don't know what that means to me right now, but I'm definitely feeling something. And then I could like work through it with that person. Like, sure, I don't think I would be single right now. But I never did that. I just kind of like I said, like acted like it was not a thing. Like I did not care. It wasn't a big deal until I found myself overthinking, and then found myself spiraling and reacted in a way just emotionally immature in certain aspects, you know, when it came to those insecurities. So I think that journaling, and you know how a lot of people talk about, you know, do this shadow work. I've never been into shadow work. I don't even know what that is. But now that I'm like thinking about these insecurities, like, are these shadows? Are these things that...
So this kind of makes me like think, okay, so we were talking about before, you know, right person, wrong timing. I truly believe that. So with that situation, you know how I feel about that said person, right? Sure. But I also feel like now that you have said this, is it something that maybe this was the time that you needed to reflect and get your work done internally, that now when I'm finished with all that inner work, I can go back to this and it would work out the way that it needs to work out.
I love that you said that, because that's what I've been thinking about for like the past couple of days, because that person has been reaching out a little bit more, you know, and expressing like, hey, like, you're the only person for me, like, you're the one that I want. And mind you, this is the same person that I want. Like, this is the person I want to spend my life with, you know, but I don't know if I'm ready for it yet, you know. So I do think that I still have to like set that boundary, which are some things that I've always struggled with doing, is setting boundaries, especially in relationships. So I think I have to, you know, set that boundary, like, hey, I'm not ready. Like, I say that this is what I want, but I am not actually ready to give you what I know that I can give you in a relationship.
And what you're deserving of in a relationship.
So I have to take this time and work on myself and heal whatever trauma that I have, and work through these insecurities that I'm learning about in real time, you know, work through these things so that I can be the right person for myself and be able to show up for you the way that I know that I need to show up for you. So,
because that's very, very important. I think some people like tend to forget about, like, I am a separate entity in this relationship, And there is time that I need to separate myself from whatever we have to just work on me. And it's not that I don't love you. Yeah. It's not that I don't want to be with you. It's more so that I just need this time to make sure that I am right.
Yes.
And ready for this.
And I think about it too, like, because of these insecurities that I was pretending like didn't bother me, I don't think that I was ever even able to show up as my authentic self, you know. So it's like,
because you was faking it,
right? So it's like, does she really love me,
right?
Or does she love like the fake version?
No, I think that you probably didn't turn on that fake version until you felt that your heart was, you know, not being attacked, but
just felt unsafe for whatever reason.
Yes, you didn't feel like that you were in a safe place. So I think you were probably giving that person everything who you are. Yeah. But just when you felt like, okay, now I'm just not giving you the real.
Yeah. So I do feel like also at some point, I feel like because I was faking it, I may have lost myself in the relationship in certain areas, you know. So I do also think that I need to take this time to like refine myself. Like, who the hell, like, what are the things that I used to like to do?
Because that's important.
Yeah, but also with having kids, you know, you can lose yourself in your kids too.
Very much
so. And I've definitely done that. So trying to get back and like find the things that I like to do, that I used to like to do, the things that I used to love and was into. So that's where I'm at. But that's why I'm single, because of insecurities that I just never even knew that I had.
I mean, I could see that. I'm divorced. I tell people this all the time. Every time like I start dating, and we start really talking and being serious, and I tell them that my divorce really jacked me up because I felt like majority of the time that I was in the marriage, I was doing everything on my own. I was the man in the house. You know what I mean? So me being the man in the house and the woman, I'm doing everything.
I don't escort.
Yeah.
Yes. And the skirt.
So I'm doing everything. So yes, what do I need from somebody? I really don't need you. And then I tell them all the time, like, I desire you and I want you, but I don't need you. So if there's a you today and a you and not you tomorrow, guess what? I'm cool. If I can leave an 8-year relationship, move my kids out, go from place to place, and still be able to take care of home, I don't need nobody. Yeah. So that put me in a place of, I don't want to say insecurity, but I just never feel safe. Yeah. With anyone. Like, it's just people I can be in any type of relationship, and it's like, boom. Like, I've lost 2 best friends because they were so important to me that I put a lot of my focus into our relationship, that once they start doing small things that I was like, well, I can't even trust you no more. Yeah. Then I don't answer their phone calls anymore. Oh, shit. I don't answer their texts. They be Instagram, all that. I don't do it because you've lost my trust, and you know how important that is to me. Yeah. So I don't feel like people are disposable, but I feel like when you build those type of relationships, and then those people tend to like just, it is what it is. You don't love me like I love you. Yeah. So then it's just like, okay.
Do you? That's hard, right? Because I have friendships, like lifelong friendships that I've built, and we've had hiccups here and there, like little things here and there, where it's like, I might look at you a certain way when you do that, or when you said that, but it's always a conversation. Yeah. Do you feel like you don't have those?
So no, I have the conversations, and it's more of a, we can do this because I messed up. Instead of saying, you know what, I apologize for what I did, and then we can move forward. So when you make excuses for things, and then you just like, this may be petty, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna say this may be petty, but both of their significant others' birthdays are either on my day or the next day, right? Mm-hmm. So birthdays come around, don't hear from them for about 3 weeks. And then they call and they be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I forgot. It's just so much, you know, just trying to make sure that they're blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, cool. Whatever. Mm-hmm. But, you know, schedule something for us so then, you know, we can celebrate your birthday. Bitch.
My birthday is gone.
You could have just left it out. I'm sorry. Cool. I get it. That's your significant other. That's your significant other. I respect that. Cool. This is your husband. But when you're trying to like, oh, well, do this so that way we can make up for it. Don't do that.
And that's not your job either, as the person whose birthday it is. I'm not planning my own get together to celebrate me.
No, so it's just like, you know what? I want y'all to be happy in whatever relationship y'all in, and I don't want to be a hurdle or just somebody who's just there. Because you call me, you talk to me anytime something else is going on in your life and you need somebody to vent to.
Yeah. Ooh. So, real quick, because this is off topic.
Yes.
This is very off topic.
No, it's really on par because it's an insecurity or it's just the reason why you look at relationships the way that you do.
Yeah. Dang, I lost my train of thought. When they apologized, or when they came to you and they said all this and you decided to end the friendship, how was that for you guys? Was it like cool?
I just stopped talking to them.
You just stopped.
So after we had the conversation, I realized the space that they were in and how like this is so like.
And there was no fighting for the relationship.
I'm not fighting for nothing.
No, on their end. Like you.
No, they send little witchcraft, but they don't have that conversation. Like
Yeah.
Did I upset you? Did I hurt you? Did I whatever? It was none of that. So that's why I get to the point in my life with any type of relationship that if we can't like really have a conversation and understand where each other is at, what are we doing?
Right.
Like I don't care how long. Best friends for 15 years.
Yeah.
I don't care. If we get to a point in our relationship where it's like, I'ma just my bad.
Yeah.
Nah, you're not my friend.
That's tough. That's really hard. I hate that you have friendships like that.
And it's okay.
No, it's not.
But
no, it's not.
But what I'm saying for me, because that's just, I feel like in this society where we're at now, people aren't real people to others, and it gets real scary when you do have those relationships from the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think again, as I said before, like people have seasons.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you're not a part of this season and I'm not a part of yours.
So, like, you made me think about my best friend. Like, there is no possible way that he's not going to be a part of every single season of my life. I couldn't, it's been, I don't know, when did we meet? 2012. So, 13 years now. I couldn't imagine him not being a part of a season. I couldn't imagine him, like, switching up or me switching up on him to a point to where we have to, go our separate ways out of the friendship. So I think that it's sad. I hate that for you. You know what I mean?
But I think we also we are two different people when it comes to relationships, right?
Yes.
You tend to hold on to relationships a lot longer than I do, right? So somebody can do something crazy to you and you hold on to it a little long.
So wait, let me tell you something real quick. I'm not one to hold on to relationships unless I am like madly in love. Unless I absolutely love you.
I got you.
Otherwise, please leave me alone. Please go on about your business. It could be, like you say, it could be that one little thing or two little things.
Yeah.
I might give you one extra chance, a little bit of grace. But after two things, I'm out. I'm not about to do, I'm not about to do that. But when I know that I'm like in love, I'm going to give you all the chances.
Yeah.
All the chances.
See, I can't do that because I feel like the moment I continue to give you chance after chance, you will continually cross that line. And then when are you going to know enough is a fucking enough until there is no more chances and then you're in shock.
Yeah.
And then I'm heartbroken.
Yeah.
And then neither one of us know how to figure out, okay, well, I obviously, that was my last chance.
Yeah.
But I didn't give you that fair warning because I allowed you to keep crossing
So
that
for me,
line.
I'm a fan of giving warnings, of letting somebody know, like, hey, listen, I'm getting close to being about through with you.
Yep.
Like, get your shit together, or I'm gonna give you a little piece of a warning, while I'm on my way out. And hopefully you get your shit together.
Nope. I see you when I see you. So I think that's probably something that I have a therapist, right? Like I talk to my therapist. We're constantly talking about relationships and stuff like that. But I think that's just, for me, it's just a protection of not only myself but my kids.
Yeah, you have to.
Right. So when I'm vulnerable and I'm in a place where I feel like I can't heal the way that I need to heal, that translates to home.
Yeah.
So now I'm bringing that energy home.
Yeah.
So I just tend to just be like, you know what? I'll wait till these babies grown.
Yeah.
Or I feel safe where I'm at. But that safety net is very hard.
Yeah, because when are you going to feel safe? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like relationships go through things. Mind you, it doesn't have to be like bouts of feeling unsafe. But, relationships go through things.
Yeah.
But you have to allow them the opportunity to, like, make it through something. I'm not saying you have to sit through somebody cheating on you or somebody, disrespecting you, But there are certain, like, little things that maybe a relationship might go through that you might have to give a little bit of grace.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. Listen, y'all. This is funny. Somebody sent me $35. I'll tell you about this. Sent me $35 for my 35th birthday. Do I?
Mind you, y'all had just started talking.
I don't give a
She said, "Do like a $35 bitch."
Yes. I'm grown, and I'd rather you not. Just a happy birthday alone, I was okay with that. Don't send me $35
like you 12.
That's what I put in. Like, I don't even think I put that in my nephew card. Like,
yeah. But y'all were brand new. I would have been like, "Oh, that was cute. I'll give you some."
Yeah, but there was other stuff I told you that he was saying.
Yeah.
Like, he said 2 instead of like 2.
Well, is he from Canada? Where is he from?
He's from, but don't.
Baltimore.
Yes,
That's how they talk. That's how they talk.
like 2.
That
pissed me off.
Instantly dry. Turn off.
So
Oh my
much.
gosh.
And then he would talk about like big money, and and I'm like, I don't think people understand how much people in the military really make. There's no.
Yeah, I don't like
big.
that.
So when I say because I live in England, I'm traveling to like wherever, it's because it's cheap, not because of big money. But then it was just certain things that he was saying, like insecurities. That was like just.
Yeah.
I need a man.
I hate a big money type of person. Like,
Ew.
I see you, big money. Please leave me alone.
Please don't.
Please.
Like, please don't. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think I probably still have a lot of work to do.
Sure.
And maybe journaling might help me, but
Yeah.
I think that my therapist has helped a lot. But safety for me is a huge thing. Like, I feel safe with wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
Feel safe with you, because then that's when I open the doors and allow you to be introduced to my kids and things like that. But
yeah, I do feel with this last relationship that it was my first time being able to be as vulnerable as I was, since my marriage, which was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I've dated other people since then, but this was the first person where I just felt that feeling. You know, I always say, I'm looking for a feeling. I'm trying to feel this feeling.
yeah.
And she's the first person I felt that actual feeling with, and was able to open up and feel safe and feel vulnerable. So I am more graceful, given all the chances.
I think that you should definitely take this time and walk through whatever you're walking through, and then come back to it. And maybe that time y'all will both be ready for it, because now that person understands you. And
I'm gonna take the time the next couple months for sure.
Don't rush it. Don't give it 2 months.
Right. Don't. I'm sick of her already.
Don't give it 2 months. Like, actually, and I think that's important for everybody to understand. Like, we want to be loved so much. Like, I truly believe, I know I sound like a Grinch, but I truly believe in love, and I believe that everybody deserves their person. But you need to make sure you take the time to, understand yourself, get to know yourself before you walk into any type of relationship, because anybody can fool anybody these days. And
it's hard to start learning yourself in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like that, you can't do that. You can't do that.
And even at our big age, like, we're still trying to understand ourselves, and you'll never get to a point where you truly understand yourself. But
that's true.
getting into a relationship when you just
don't know,
you're trying to walk through whatever trauma you've been through, or get over my past because it messed me up. Like, don't start something that you're not ready for, because you can entirely hurt that person, and then you're hurt at the end. So
no, I'm definitely gonna take this time, next few months for sure. I mean, longer than the next few months, but really just work on healing myself and understanding my insecurities so that I can show up as the best version of me. So,
I think it'll all work out when you do that.
I hope so.
So I just gotta keep the devils out of my
text messages.
Because the person that I am talking to right now, like, he's dope. He's dope.
You seem like you like him. So.
I do like him. So I have to stay focused. So you guys out there, when you meet somebody, do not let your past mess up what your future will look like, because that person is convenient.
That is a word.
They're around. Just, you gotta learn how to, what's that word they always use? Discernment. Use discernment when you're dealing with people, when you're dealing in situations. Just,
that was good. I feel like we did good.
We gotta close it.
I know we gotta close it. We gotta close it. I feel like we did good. Staying on topic.
We're under 30 minutes. We're actually under 25 right now.
Okay, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, this is getting posted.
It is because I'm not editing. So whenever y'all get this, which I did. So,
y'all can see this one.
Thanks for chatting with us.
Yes.
Thanks for listening to us. This was just part one of this type of conversation of why we're single, things to work through.
Just life in general for single Black women out here.
Yeah.
All the things, all the time.
Because it's hard out here.
It's hard out here for females.
Because I know the next conversation is Black women dating outside of our.
Ooh. That's the next one.
yes. Because I know some people feel some type of way about that. But stay tuned for part 2. If you have not liked, comment, or subscribe, do that, please, because we will be posting more frequently. The sun.
Ooh, I saw that.
The sun is out, so the energy is here. So, yes.
I love that. Okay. We love you guys.
Bye.
Have a good day.